Hey YouTubers, Grimmy Dragon here, and it's once again review time. And we're looking again at the Transformers Collectors Club subscription service 4.0. Oh boy, that's a mouthful. And this time we're looking at the second figure of the line, Garbuge, which is the French name for Triggercon Ruckus. So the second figure in the Transformers Collectors Club subscription service 4.0, which is very long to say, but it's an interesting story because from what I hear, the way the mold came out, many people thought that Off-Road was supposed to be Ruckus, who actually is Garbuge here. Now, Garbuge being the French name for the character, since they couldn't use Ruckus due to copyright reasons. So yeah, that is very interesting, since we're getting the figure that we were supposed to be getting in the subscription service instead of in the main line, while the main line got like a new character from that mold. So yeah, that's interesting in itself, but looking at the figure as it is, I think it was a good idea to give this guy the Collector Club treatment, because he gains a lot of paint due to this. I mean, this is a like this purple plastic molded all the way through. Every other color is painted on. Well, except for the weapons, you know, they're molded in the plastic color they're at. And the tires. Yeah, but mostly this is all molded in that purple that's on the hood, which is amazing. This yellowish beige color is painted on, the teal is painted on, the silver is naturally painted on. I mean, you also got some tampos on there, and a nice Decepticon symbol, which is always good. Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is really a nice paint job. I mean, it's amazing what the club has actually done for this. And yeah, bringing in Off-Road real quick, if I can get a good grip on him. Now mine does still have those Superon Menasor decals on them, but other than that, yeah, you can see there is a very big difference in how much paint is used between them. Like, there is paint on Garbuge here that for every spot that's painted on Off-Road, but Off-Road doesn't have nearly as much paint as Ruckus or Garbuge does. And yeah, I'm going to be alternating between those names, I'm sure, because I can't really avoid it. But anyway, yeah, there is a lot of paint. Now, features, there's not much to really say. He rolls very nicely. You got ports for the weapon. You got the hand-foot gun that just pegs onto the back. It's very tight because there is paint on the peg that it goes on. So it's a lot tighter than what it would have been on Off-Road or Ironhide or First Aid. So yeah, it's a tight fit. But yeah, even without it, it's a nice truck mode. And I'm glad that we got the Triggercon finally, so yeah. Anyway, let's get him into robot mode and see how much paint that form has. Okay, now that we got Garbuge in his robot mode, he's very nice looking. You know, there's a lot of purple and beige on him. or yellow, or whatever you want to call that creamy yellow color. But there's little bits of other colors here. You got a little of a lighter purple and some silver on the legs, silver on the waist. And, you know, most of the car bits are showing as well. So he's got a decent amount of color. If we look at the head, it's a very nicely done head sculpt. Yeah, it's the same off-road head we've seen before, but it's done very well. The yellow is painted on nicely. You got good red eyes. Yeah, that's pretty much it. He comes off a little less interesting than Needle Nose did because, you know, he's got that same chest issue where it's just all one flat color, which is unfortunate. And what's really unfortunate is this, most of the chest is actually painted that one flat color. While Needle Nose had a lot of molded gray plastic on his chest, this is purple plastic with nothing but yellowy beige paint on it. That's unfortunate. I would have liked them to break it up a little bit, you know, maybe just add the chest bits in the regular purple, or like some, you know, just something to break up that one color a bit. And it's quite unfortunate that it's coming out like that, but, well, that's how it is. Now, articulation, you know, pretty standard. You've seen it on off-road before. You got a ball-jointed head, ball-jointed shoulders, hinged knee with a nice little detent, bicep swivel, no wrists, but he does have a waist joint, ball-jointed hips, thighs, knee bend. Yeah, it's all there. He has his axe and his hand-foot gun, which are done in a flat blue plastic, no paint details, which is sad. But, you know, he still looks good. It's not that he's a bad-looking toy. He looks fine. I like him. I just wish he had a little more paint to him. But, yeah, let's get him compared with Off-Road here, who has some decals on it, just to add a little more detail from that Menasor set. But yeah, he's, as you can see, it's an interesting comparison. And the decals really do help Off-Road, I think, actually look better than Garbuge did, which is sad. I mean, Garbuge's vehicle mode looked so well painted, and for the robot mode to kind of fall flat like this, it's a little disappointing. At this point, I'd say Garbuge may be the weakest of the set, but it's still early to tell, so I guess we'll find out later. But he does have that combined mode, so we should see how he looks there. Okay, so we now have Garbuge in combined form as a leg, as I really like that mold that Garbuge is using as a leg. I think it works great for a leg, not so well for an arm because the two robot mode legs split apart very easily when it's on arm mode. I think I've looked at that a couple times, like once with Ironhide. But, yeah. Still, as a leg, it works pretty well. And I'll show it off in a picture, what it looks like as an arm, probably about here. So, yeah, you probably get a good look at that. Yeah, so long as I remember. But, yeah, I like it as a leg. Works good. You know, the combiner joint does make for a nice knee, and it does have that, well, it has a thigh swivel there, and thigh swivel there, so you got plenty of thigh movement, and that's pretty cool. Again, reason I'm using Galvatronus is because I want to keep this Decepticon combiner, you know, just to make it a little easier on that point. But anyway, yeah, I do like him as a leg, so let's wrap things up. 3, 2, 1. So that'll about do it for Garbuge, or Ruckus if you prefer. A really nice repaint of Off-Road. It's nice to see the character that mold was originally made for. Even though the chest is still a little bland, they probably could have used a little less paint to make up for some of the details on the molding, but you know, that's just my opinion. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this review. Please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, check out my other videos. There is a playlist for the club figures, so check that out. And I will see you next time, so goodbye out there. Whatever you are.